And my name is Kelvin Owusu Ansah. Let's give thanks to Mega 6 Lotto. 6 numbers can't change your life. What would you do if you won 1 million Ghana cedis with only 49 numbers to choose from? Mega 6 Lotto is offering you the chance to win exciting prizes with them. All you need to do is to play before 5 p.m. every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Dial *266# or download the iOS and Android apps on Mega6Lotto.com to play now. Mega 6 Lotto is approved and regulated by the National Lotteries Authority. Well, let's begin from the camps of the Black Stars, and they held their second training session in Charlotte as they continue to prepare for the friendly against Mexico on Saturday in the United States of America. All players trained under the supervision of head coach Chris Houghton and his assistant Didi Dramani and George Boateng. The team has been bolstered by the arrivals of West Ham United midfielder Mohamed Kudus and Istanbul Başakşehir defender Jerome Opoku. So there were other players, Thomas Partey, as well as Jordan Ayew, Enes Niama, all the likes in training. So everyone is fit, hoping to have a very good time on Saturday. Now let's move on to the Africa Cup of Nations draw coming up this evening in Cote d'Ivoire, and global music star Akon will host the final draw of the AFCON 2023. This evening, the final draw will start at 19 hours local time, or 7 p.m. Ghana time, at the breathtaking brand new Parc de Exposition in Abidjan. Now, the Senegalese hitmaker is a huge football fan and a social activist whose Akon Lighten Africa project seeks to use solar electricity to help African countries to meet their basic electricity needs. So now we have 24 nations who have qualified, and they will discover their group stage opponent today. Now let's take a look at the 24 nations and the pots that they are in. You go to pot 1, Cote d'Ivoire as hosts have been seeded in there. Morocco are the first in Africa. They are there. Senegal are there. Tunisia, Algeria, and then Egypt. They are in pot 1. For pot 2, there is Nigeria, there is Cameroon, there is Mali, there is Burkina Faso, there is Ghana, and then the Democratic Republic of Congo. For pot 3, there is the Republic of South Africa, there is Cape Verde, there is Guinea, Zambia, Equatorial Guinea, and then Mauritania in pot 3. And the final pot 4, there is Guinea-Bissau, there is Mozambique, there is Namibia, there is Angola, there is Gambia, and then finally Tanzania. So these are the nations who want to who will know their groups by by the end of the day. So I'm looking forward to seeing some very favorable draw for the Black Stars as we seek to lift the African Nations Cup for a very long time. Now let's move on to local football. And Honorable Haruna Idrisu's ownership of Karela United has brought significant investment and resources to the nearly defunct club that was previously based in Enyinase in the Western region. Now he wants to implement a vision of success in Tamale. He shares his motivation for football and the reason why he decided to own 2 clubs, Steadfast and then Karela United.
I have always loved football, and I engage in playing football personally to keep fit, for mental sharpness and fitness. And now an opportunity to provide a platform for identifying, nurturing and training young talents and developing them into football, which arguably today is the most popular sport. Yeah. And if not the most beautiful, or the most popular and the most beautiful sport, has been.
So that is from Honorable Haruna Idrisu. Many are worried that combining politics, football, and social life may be problematic to him, but he says they are two different things that he's doing, and there is no way they are going to conflict with each other.
No, they are two separate and distinct activities. Yes. One is a vocation, and one is service to God and the country. I don't want to mix my politics with football. I mean, you just have young talent, and you want to give them an opportunity to nurture those talents, and that has been my motivation all along, even in politics. Identify and nurture young talents, give each person the opportunity to realize his potential, and those who choose soccer as a vocation to help them realize that. So keep me. I'm still a member of Parliament for Tamale South. I'll continue to play that role. I have one of the safest seats in the country, and therefore I can sleep always. Can always sleep about it, but
he has one of the safest seats when it comes to elections, and he can relax and concentrate on the different things at the same time. Well, he, however, still believes that the shortcomings in the Ghana League need to be attended to. He highlighted a few and how Ghana football can become better.
Just discipline, particularly officiating, and discipline and then the pitches are not up to standard, and then patronage. Nobody's interested in watching Ghanaian Premier League matches. We're all interested in what is happening at the English Premier and Spain. We have to probably domesticate that one too.
Exactly, yes.
Watch more Ghana football, play more Ghana football, and look up to Ghana football.
That is from Honorable Haruna Idris. There was going to be a lot more extensive one on TV3 New Day later this morning around 8:30 a.m. So you can join us on TV3 New Day later to have an extensive one there. Let's continue from the Ghana Premier League. And Dreams Football Club and Nswatrama Football Club were not able to be separated as they share the spoils in an outstanding Ghana Premier League game. Abdulaziz Issa found the net for Dreams in the 3rd minute, while Abdul Manaf Umar equalized for Nswatrama. The draw has seen Nswatrama climb to 2nd on the Ghana Premier League table behind Bofo Akwatano, who are leading the pack after returning to the Ghana Premier League. Now let's move on to some other stories. And Harry Maguire has revealed West Ham United never reached an agreement with him, and Manchester United has speculated in the summer when Manchester United wanted to get rid of him.
Regular game time is really important to me. It has been throughout all my career. The actual opportunity to go to West Ham wasn't agreed really between the both clubs and myself. So it wasn't just my chance to say yes and I'm going. It wasn't agreed between both clubs. So the actual opportunity wasn't there because we didn't get far enough down the line with it. But West Ham's a massive club. But like I said, my fully focus is still on Manchester United. I want to fight for my place, but of course game time is really important to me.
Game time very much more important to him. Now moving on to Tottenham Hotspur, and the former captain Ledley Ken has been impressed by Ange Postecoglou's work since taking over at his former club. Well, he believes that there are still more things he hasn't been able to achieve because it's early days yet.
It's been a huge impact, and I saw that firsthand on pre-season trip. Just the mood around the place, but then the performances on the pre-season trip. Not always the results, but I could see what he was working on. The team were creating chances, having over 30 shots a goal in each game. So you could see a big shift in that respect, and then it was about translating that to the Premier League, and the team have been able to do that. He just brought a real feel-good factor amongst the players and the fans really, and everyone connected with the football club. But at the same time, I'm sure the manager realises and the players realise it's a long season ahead, and they won't be getting carried away just yet.
A long season away. Hopefully the players are not going to get carried away. Now staying in England, there have been issues of poor officiating and even VAR decisions in the Premier League. Former Premier League striker Robert Enshaw believes that the involvement of ex-players could help sharpen the VAR decision-making process.
But the reason is that I think what could help and what can happen is ex-players can give you a better insight because they understand what's a real dirty tackle, what is not a dirty tackle, what happens day to day and is just a yellow card maybe, or is a talking to. And what happens is sometimes it's just a late tackle, we move on, and it was just an accident. And that is part of a contact sport. But I believe ex-players can help referees because referees have the book smart and players have the lived it smart and intelligence of the game. And if you combine the two, of course it makes it better.
If you combine the two, it makes it better. Hopefully, an extra layer of error is not added to the VR. Now to the European qualifiers for the Euros in Germany 2024. We'll continue this evening. Latvia against Armenia, Belarus against Romania. There is Andorra against Kosovo, Israel against Switzerland, Albania against Czech Republic. There is Croatia against Turkey, Faroe Islands against Poland, and then Cyprus against Norway. Spain play against Scotland, and John Magan, who is the captain for Scotland, admits that their Euro 2024 qualifier against Spain is their toughest yet on paper, but he hopes a good result will keep them in good position to qualify.
It was a very, very tough draw considering we managed to get into pot 2 for the first time in a number of years, so we were a wee bit deflated for a couple of hours, but then we realised, right, let's have a go at this and try and give ourselves the best chance to qualify. But the belief's been there from the start. The manager said that as soon as the draw came out, we want to qualify automatically from this group, and we've given ourselves a great chance to do that. The job's not done yet. We come to what will be on paper the toughest game that each team in the group will face, so we know we need to be at our best, but the belief's there now to, like you said, not hope to qualify, but let's be a regular fixture in these tournaments for years to come.
Now let's get to some tennis, and Carlos Alcaraz has been knocked out of the Shanghai Masters at the round of 16 stage, losing to Grigor Dimitrov in 3 sets. Now, Dimitrov played one of his best matches in recent years to beat the top seed Alcaraz 5-7, 6-2, 6-4 to reach the quarterfinals in Shanghai. With just one top 10 left in this draw, he can surely dream about a big title after all these years. So Andrei Rublev also rounded up to the quarterfinals with a 7-5, 7-5 win over Tommy Paul. He explains the joy that comes with moving into the quarterfinals.
I always prove that as better chances, as worse I perform, and like I said, the next opponent is Ugo. Just last week I lost to him. He's playing really well this week. He beat Stefanos. Then there is Jerry and Grigor in my draw, and I lost to Grigor many times. And Jerry I never played, but he's playing this season unreal. Only the way he serves is so tough to beat him. So and they deserve to be where they are this week, and that's it, because they played really well.
They played really well, according to Rublev. Now you look at the quarterfinal pairing, and Dimitrov will be playing against Nicolas Jarry. There is Ugo Humbert playing against Andrei Rublev, and Fabian Maruchan against Hubert Hukash. And then there is Ben Shelton playing against Sebastian Korda. Now to some final news on tennis, and then Rafa Nadal is still contemplating on whether he's going to play the Australian Open. However, Naomi Osaka, Caroline Wozniacki, Angelique Kerber, and hometown hero Nick Kyrgios is expected to play at the Australian Open in January. Nadal is still adamant and hasn't made a decision yet with his team. So you look at Nadal's team, and they say that his return to action from the hip surgery has not been determined, despite Australian Open tournament director Craig Tiley claiming the former champion will compete. The Spaniard, who has won 22 Grand Slam titles, has been out of action since January after picking up a hip flexor injury in a second-round defeat at the Australian Open. So unfortunate for Rafa Nadal, still things getting difficult for him to return and probably win a final Grand Slam. Well, that will be all for sports this morning on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. My name is Kelvin Owusu Ansah. Let's give thanks to Mega 6 Lotto. 6 numbers can change your life. What would you do if you won 1 million Ghana cedis today with only 49 numbers to choose from? Mega 6 Lotto is offering you the chance to win exciting prizes. Don't forget to play before 5 p.m. every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Dial *266# or download the iOS and Android apps on mega6lotto.com to play. Mega 6 Lotto is approved and regulated by the National Lotteries Authority. Don't forget, today, the draw for the African Nations Cup is on. We'll be bringing you all the updates on 3 Sports across all the social media handles, 3 Sports GH across all the socials, and also on 3news.com. Have a hugely terrific Thursday. Sunrise continues, but as always, DJ Abiam is present to serve you with some fine tunes before. Have a good morning.